Welcome, fellow freaks, geeks, and nostalgic 90s nerds to my channel, Slime and Slashers, where, yeah, we talk about everything from Nickelodeon slime to horror movie slashers, but plenty of stuff in between. Most of that in between stuff includes books, because yes, mainly I'm a booktube channel, but guys, during spooky season, I'm really much more than a booktube channel. I'm a horror tube channel, bitch, because I'm also going to be talking a lot about movies and Halloween TV specials and awesome fall-like activities. So I will be having tons of fall content throughout the Halloween season. I hope you guys will join me and watch some of the videos and partake in some of the fall goodness, because spooky season, look at my earrings that say spooky season, it is in full effect, and I am so freaking excited for all the fall freaking fun. But before we get to the fall freaking fun, we have to prepare and go through my Halloween TBR. So yes, although I'll be doing other types of content, this video is a book-themed video specifically, and we'll be going through my Halloween/October TBR, and I'm participating in a readathon, so stay right where you are, because when we come back, I will tell you all the awesome deets. Welcome back, guys. I'm so jazzed. Guess who is COVID negative? Me, bitch! I'm so excited. Sorry for yelling. I have been positive for COVID for like 2 weeks straight, so it's a real joy to be negative now. However, have I left the house? No, because I'm some kind of antisocial hermit, apparently. So although I'm negative, I have not stepped out of the house yet, but I will soon, I hope. I plan to go to my parents' tomorrow, and we're gonna be getting out the Halloween decorations out my parents' attic, because if you guys are new to my channel, you might not have heard me talk about my parents for years and years. Through the biggest Halloween party ever, our house was featured on TV. Technically, it was featured on the TV channel that I worked at, so that's kind of like, you know, a TV channel didn't randomly find us, but still, my head producer said, hey, let's do a special on your house since it's so decked out. So she thought it was cool. So she thought it was TV worthy at least. And that was so much fun. I do have that video where I show that feature on my channel, so if you guys want to see, it really only shows 1/4 of our family's decorations because we got more after that year. So I will link the video with that below if you guys are curious as to my parents' Halloween party and the amazing decorations. But anyway, suffice to say that my family loves Halloween, and we decorate the hell out of my parents' house for Halloween. By the way, I pointed out my earrings in the intro. They do say spooky season. See? These are from Femme De Bloom. I do want to shout out the store because I am obsessed with this earring store. They also sell pins. So if you're a guy and you like these, you can get this as a pin, I believe. So yes, check them out. Femme, I will link down below in the description of the store. Femme De Bloom. And Femme is spelled with 2 M's. So FEMMEDEBLOOM. Totally worth checking out their store. I just bought like $130 worth of earrings from them. And they're all Halloween themed. A lot of them are candy corn themed, but they have a whole bunch of other stuff. Oh my god, such goodness. If you guys are interested in me doing a little Halloween earring collection tour, let me know, because that's one of the ideas I have for a Halloween themed video for October. If you're interested, let me know. If not, I guess I could include it in a vlog or something. I don't know if people have enough interest for it to be a standalone video. I have enough Halloween earrings for it to be a standalone, which is kind of sad in a way, because I'm a shopaholic, it means, and I am, and I get it from my dad. Hence the big Halloween party and all the decorations. He has a shopping problem, I have a shopping problem, and we both encourage each other. As I teased in the intro, I am participating in a really fun readathon. So how I found out about this readathon is from my friend Katrina Brown. Check out her YouTube channel, of course, Katrina Brown. That's her channel. I will link it below. She is co-hosting, along with a few other people, this readathon. It's called Halloweekend Readathon, where every weekend in October, they'll be doing sprints, and they've got reading prompts you could read each weekend. And also, at the very end, the final weekend in October, they're going to be having a big, like, streaming slumber party, which I think is so much fun. I really want to participate. We'll see. My boyfriend has work that Sunday, so I don't know. I might stay up after he goes to sleep so he can, you know, be rested for work, so that I can, like, stay up and get jazzed and do the slumber party. Alright guys, are you planning on taking Halloween off of work if you guys have work that day? I'm actually planning on taking off, even though I don't have anything planned to do except maybe watch movies, or I don't know. I wish some of you guys online lived closer to me, because there's so many Halloween friends that I know I could actually hang out and do fun things with, but no one lives close, so that's a bummer. But at least this readathon, it's a way to connect with other Halloween lovers and other horror lovers, and a way to all share this Halloween and fall experience together. Alright, so I'm gonna go through the other co-hosts, and I'm gonna go through the prompts with you guys and what books I picked for which prompts. And I will be honest with you, if you guys already have your reading planned, but you want to join in, but you're afraid your books won't fit into the prompts, I literally had all my books picked out before I even looked at the prompts, and I happened to be able to fit them all into the prompts. So you could probably do the same thing. So even if you're finding about this readathon kind of late, you might be able to fit in the books you already were going to read anyway into these prompts, which is what I did. Quickly, the other hosts, which I will link below, we've got Books with Lexi, a channel I just discovered and really like, Michelle's Library, Erin Megan, and Riveting Reads. Alright, so they also have an Instagram and Discord for this readathon. I will link that below. And they also have not only reading prompts, but they have photo prompts and activity prompts, which I'm super jazzed about because I love fall activities. So how it works, you choose one main reading prompt every weekend, one activity prompt, and one photo prompt per weekend in October. And then if you want to read 2 books in a weekend, they've got bonus prompts. I might just read whenever, not just on the weekend. So I'm going to be doing this a little bit differently than they laid it out, but that's technically the idea. Alright, so for the main reading prompts, it says read a host favorite. There's 5 options in each of the 5 host videos. So that means there's 25 total books to choose from. And out of those 25, I chose one of Sav's choices, of course, Riveting Reads. She suggested Dark Harvest, and that was already on my list because it's being made into a movie, and so I wanted to read it. So here it is, Dark Harvest. Look at this fantastic cover. Is it appropriate for Halloween? I think so.
Halloween 1963, they call him October Boy, or Old Hacksaw Face, or Sawtooth Jack. Whatever the name, everybody in this small town knows who he is and how he rises from the cornfields every Halloween, a bloody butcher knife in his hands, and makes his way toward town where gangs of teenage boys eagerly await their chance to confront him. And both Hunter and the hunted, the October Boy is the prize in an annual rite of life and death.
Next up, read a book with a Halloween-related word in the title, like dark, night, dead, haunt, shadow, blood, fear, etc. I am picking Night in the Lonesome October. Night, Lonesome October. I think those all could count as Halloween-y words. This is by Richard Lehman, aka the King of Trash. This is going to be trashy probably, but I've actually heard it's rather good. So I am super pumped to check this out. I need an excuse to read another Richard Lehman book. I can't even speak. I'm so excited about it. But yes, it's gonna be zany, good fun, like all Richard Lehman. It's not for everyone though. If you're like a casual horror reader, do not pick this up. You will probably be very appalled at the way Richard Lehman writes his female characters and his male characters and basically anybody, because they're all over-sexualized and ridiculous, but his stories usually are very fast-paced and very over-the-top and very ridiculous, and that's why they're a lot of fun most of the time.
Everything changed for Ed the day in the fall semester when he got a letter from Holly, the girl he loved. Dear Ed, it began, I will always cherish the times we had. Holly was in love with someone else. It was as if his whole world had changed in a second. That night, heartbroken and half mad with despair, Ed couldn't sleep. So he decided to go for a walk, but it's a dark, scary night in the lonesome October, and Ed is not alone. There are others out there in the night, roaming the streets, lurking in the darkness, waiting to show Ed just how different his world could be.
Next prompt, and sorry to be looking down, but I am looking at my piece of paper with all my prompts and notes, and by the way, this piece of paper, the reason I printed it out, not just for this video, it's going in my Halloween binder. Yes, I have a Halloween binder, and there's also a mini binder of recipes for my fall desserts and stuff inside. So yes, this is my Halloween binder, and I use it every year, and I've been using it since like frickin' 2015 or 2014. I know it's ridiculous that I have a binder. I keep like my movie marathon list in here, and the running times of the movies so that I know, how much time I have in a day. Say my boyfriend's gone for 2 hours for work and I want to fit in a movie. I've got all the running times of my movies, so I could quickly and easily pick out a movie I could fit in that time slot that I have available. And other times that would fit. I love having the running times. I also put in the descriptions and the years, and if I do a readathon, I put that in. So last year I had my own readathon that I hosted. I had the prompts and the books listed in my binder. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun to keep a binder. Anyway, that's a sidebar, but my binder. Of course, we've got Pinhead and we've got Pusheen, because I love both of those things, and they're both very Halloween-y. In this instance, Pusheen's Halloween-y because he's in a pumpkin, so it counts. Alright, like I said, next up, the next prompt, trying not to get too sidetracked with all these fun Halloween sidebars, but read a book in your favorite horror or thriller subgenre. Well, for this one, I am choosing The Devil's End by D.A. Fowler. And this is an occult book, I've heard, so I love occult books, and I never really get to read too much occult stuff, so this will be perfect. Plus, I was already going to read this anyway for my friend Kelly over at Kelly Hooked on Books. Check out her channel. Her book club is reading this for October, so of course I'm joining in. Her book club is called the From Hell Book Club, and yes, it might sound like they read a lot of paperbacks from hell, and they do. That's why it's called the From Hell Book Club. Check out Kelly's channel. She will have her Discord linked in a lot of her video descriptions, and also on her Instagram, also at Kelly Hooked on Books. She has her Discord linked and all the information there as well. Alright guys, this is a vintage copy here in my hands, but there is a new edition of this available from Capricorn Literary. There's also an audiobook, again from Capricorn Literary. Check them out and support them. If you don't have a vintage copy, definitely buy a copy from them. I'm sure it's also on Kindle as well. Some of these are on Kindle Unlimited, but I'm not sure if this one is, but just check for that just in case. But yeah, this is awesome. Check out them, support them. I can't believe they are so awesome because they keep vintage horror alive, and I think that is super important. So the essential premise of this:
Nancy Snell is a popular and pampered girl who has everything, but for some girls, having everything isn't enough. Nancy has found the key to the legacy of evil from 7 decades past, and what begins as an adolescent prank becomes something infinitely more sinister. Nancy has selected her victim, innocent Lana Bremmers, the new girl in town, her chosen vessel for the attainment of a devastating and unearthly power.
Sounds marvelous, by the way. Sounds just so good. Next, read a book that is set around Halloween or gives you Halloween vibes. And for this one, I'm so jazzed. I've been wanting to read this forever, and it's the perfect time this year. A Night in the Lonesome October. Sorry for the glare. There is a freaking plastic covering on this, a slip cover. Alright, this is by Roger Zelazny, so do not get confused with this, A Night in the Lonesome October and Night in the Lonesome October by Richard Lehman. Two very different stories. This one would probably be more appropriate for casual horror readers and people who usually read like romance or just thrillers, because this will be like more of like a mystery, fun little story. I've heard great things, and some people read it where they read a chapter a day because each chapter takes place on a day in October. So October 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So some people read like a chapter a day / night, because A Night in Lonesome October. So yeah, I've seen people do literal read-alongs like that, and I think I might read it that way too, where I read a chapter a day. And that'll be a blast, I think. Really unique way to read a book, and it'll be thematic because that's how the book is separated, and I can't wait. I really can't wait. So this just sounds so cute, and I think there's a dog that's a large part of the story, and essentially, let me give you a little bit of the description here.
During a dank and damp autumn in the late 19th century, good dog Snuff loyally accompanies a mysterious knife-wielding gentleman named Jack on his midnight rounds through the murky streets of London, collecting the grisly ingredients needed for an unearthly rite that will take place not long after the death of the moon. But Snuff and his master are not alone. All manner of participants, both human and undead, are gathering from Soho to Whitehall with their ancient tools and their animal familiars in preparation of the dread night when black magic will summon the elder gods back to the world. Some have come to open the gates, and some to close them. It is brave, devoted Snuff who must calculate the patterns of the game and keep track of the players, the witch, the mad monk, the vengeful vicar, the count who sleeps by day, the good doctor, and the hulking experiment man he fashioned from body parts.
Cough, cough, sounds like Frankenstein.
and a wild-card American shapeshifter named Larry Talbot, all the while keeping ogres at bay and staying a dog leap ahead of the great detective who knows quite a bit more than he lets on.
Oh, sounds like the most cute story ever. Snuff! There he is. Good dog Snuff. Next, read a horror or thriller genre blend. So basically a book that blends two genres together. I'm kind of stretching this prompt, but I think this counts. So this is Death by Halloween, and this is by David Workentins. I hope I'm saying that right. This is a choose-your-own-adventure adult Halloween horror book. So to me, it's a Halloween book, it's a horror book, and it's a choose-your-own-adventure book. So to me, that's blending genres, and I'm so excited because usually choose-your-own-adventure, that's the type of books that we used to read as kids. I wasn't a big reader as a kid, so I actually didn't read hardly any except for the Give Yourself Goosebumps books where you could choose your own scare, essentially. This is like that, but adult themed, and I'm so excited, and it's specifically Halloween related. So there's certain parts you come to in the story where you have to pick which way you go and turn to the page to see how it turns out. This could be a blast, and I just discovered this recently, so look at the fun little, like, connect the dots type of cover. Oh my god, I can't wait! So all of those prompts I just read were the main reading prompts. Let me read you the bonus prompts, which I'm going to try to accomplish only because I had all these books picked out anyway, and I fit them into both the main reading prompts and the bonus prompts, and I'll be reading all week and all weekend and all month of October. I won't be just reading during the weekends. I'm going to be reading all the time. I will say, before I get into the bonus prompts, I know my TBR is ridiculously long, and I am nervous about not completing it because I really want to read all these books so badly. But at the same time, I'm realistically thinking I won't get to all of these. I hope to at least get to some of the really big ones I want to get to. I don't know. The reason I'm doubting myself getting to these, I have read this amount of books before. However, I'm also going to be watching 31 horror movies starting on September 22nd through Halloween. And I'm afraid because I have to balance between watching and reading, and that's always been hard for me to do. So we'll see. I am so excited about my movie list, so I don't want to neglect anything on my movie list. I will be doing a separate reveal video where I go through all of the horror movies, where you can watch them, what year they're from, and the basic synopsis from IMDb. So if you guys are interested in seeing my Halloween movie marathon list, stay tuned. That video is coming soon, and I am so pumped to share with you guys what I'm watching, and I want to hear what you guys are watching and reading. So specifically for this video, comment what you're reading, but how do you balance watching movies and reading books, guys? Let me know, because I need a good method to where, do I like set some time to read and then force myself to stop and then go watch? What do I do? I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's get into the bonus prompts without further ado. First, read a novella, and I'm stretching this prompt as well, but I feel like this perfectly fits and counts. Instead of a novella, I am going to read a Goosebumps book. It is just as short as a novella, and maybe even, like, obviously it's technically easier than an adult novella because it's a kid's book. So an old school middle grade read. This will be perfect for Halloween. The Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns. One that I never read as a kid. I didn't really read many Goosebumps as a kid, honestly. I have been starting this Goosebumps reading and rereading project for the few I did read, and I'm trying to go through all the Goosebumps books, and mostly the original Goosebumps. But yes, I have a whole stack of them over there. I don't have all the original. I think I'm missing from like 51 or 52 on. But hey, I got a good chunk of them. So this, I'm not going in order all the time. Sometimes I break the order I'm trying to go in for a holiday, like for Halloween. So this is not next up in my reading project in terms of chronologically reading, but I'm going to read it anyway because, come on, this fits perfectly and it needs to be read. Whew, it's getting hot in here, guys. It's getting so hot. I have the air condition off to try to get better audio. I've got my new cool shirt on that's kind of like witchy. It reminds me of like witch stuff or like apothecary? What the frick ever. I can't speak. I can't pronounce. I'm not an adult, but I am an adult. What is wrong with me? I'm so uneducated. I'm just bad with pronunciation. But anyway, I love this new shirt I got. It's really cool. I got it from Walmart, super cheap. I just thought it would be fun for like videos and for fall time. And I'm super pumped. Anyway, I'm glad to be wearing it, but I'm sweating my butt off. It's not even a long sleeve. But yes, it's hot here in Louisiana. It does not feel like it's about to be fall, and that's sad. I wish I lived up in the New England area, but it is what it is. All right, next bonus prompt. Read a book by an author you love. Guys, Are you questioning who I'm going to pick? Well, you shouldn't. If you've been watching my channel for any length of time recently, you know I've become obsessed with Robert McCammon. He is like my author crush. Like, I love him. I love his writing so much. It all started with Boy's Life, and then I've gone down the Robert McCammon flippin' rabbit hole because he's incredible. He's such a good writer. And even his first 4 published books, which he's not a fan of, I've actually read 3 out of the 4 first published books now, and I actually enjoyed the majority of them. So, one I didn't enjoy so much, but the other 2 I did, and I haven't read the 4th. So anyway, I am now up to 5 McCammon books that I've officially read, and yes, they've been a blast. And this will be my 6th. And I'm so excited. All right, so this is actually a book club read from my book club, the Midnight Book Society. That is our name. And if you guys want to join in with my book club, check down below for my Discord link. But I've got an exciting announcement. So for every book I read as part of my book club, I have a live show. It's either in the month that we read the book or sometime the month after we finish reading the book. So this is October's read officially, and I think the live stream will probably be in early November, but Amy, over from Amy Noel Reads, said she will co-host with me for Usher's passing, and I'm so excited. So guys, if you like Amy Noel, and if you haven't heard of her, please go check out her channel because you should know about her. She's awesome, she's sweet, she's so much fun, and has a wonderful personality. And recently she just did a fun vlog where she was reading new horror, and she was decorating her freaking room in Halloweenish goodness. And so yes, I had a lot of fun watching that recently. Check her out. Like I said, she'll be co-hosting with me, and I can't wait to talk with her about Usher's passing. And thank you so much, Amy, for saying you'd co-host with me. Before we move on, guys, just take one look at this cover. Please join us for Usher's passing. It should be a great time. It is kind of chunky, but it should totally fit with the vibe of the season. As you can see, there's a jack-o'-lantern here. This is a take on the Poe story, The Fall of the House of Usher. So McCammon either jumps away from that story and continues after it, or it's like a retelling. I don't exactly know, but I know that it has something to do with Edgar Allan Poe's The Fall of the House of Usher. Read a book with Halloween colors on the cover. And for this one, I am going to read Greetings from Moon Hill by Anthony J. Rapino. This is a collection of short stories, but I believe all the stories are connected together. Much like Autumn Crow, if you guys are familiar, of course, that's Autumn Crow by Karen Chaney. He's a wonderful author and a great booktuber, and he'll be back very soon with some thematic content and with a new book. And I cannot wait. The new book will be Autumn Crow High. But anyway, he is a fan of this book, and he did compare it to Autumn Crow. So if you guys liked Autumn Crow, you might like this book. And I recently just read another book, and it was a middle grade book by Anthony J. Rapino called Tommy and the Order of the Cosmic Champions, and I really enjoyed it. That is not as much of a horror book. This will be more fall appropriate, even though Tommy, that book did have some Halloween vibes because a lot of the action took place over Halloween weekend in that book. So that would still be appropriate if you like middle grade reads that are not too spooky, but still have some kind of a flair. But this one, collection of short stories, I think I might try to read a story or 2 per day throughout all of October, and that will help me get through it. And I'm so excited to check out more of Rapino's work. Read a book by a new to you author, and for me, I'm going to read Kill Creek, which I bought last year, probably last August, in anticipation of reading it last Halloween, which I didn't get to it. That's why I'm dying to get to it this Halloween. This is Kill Creek by Scott Thomas. I've never read another book by Scott Thomas. This will be my first read of his. And I've just heard so many great things about this from people like Gabby Reed. She did a whole vlog where she read this and a whole bunch of other books, and she loved this book. I'm intrigued by it because it's about a group of authors staying in this haunted house over Halloween. And of course, the fictional group of authors are actually based on actual horror authors. Like, I think one is based on Stephen King, and I'm not sure who else, but they're based on famous authors. So we'll have to see who else I can recognize is based on another author, but I think the premise sounds very promising and very intriguing and perfectly thematic for this time of year. Next, read a book with a cover that you love, and this one, I know what the hardcover looks like, and I'm more referring to the hardcover even though I don't own it. But here's a collection of short stories. This is Halloween Horrors, edited by Alan Ryan, and it's a vintage book, and yes, there's this creepy mask figure. It looks like a carnival. type of flippin' costume like that you would wear to Mardi Gras, because I'm from New Orleans, so we have Mardi Gras here. Anyway, there's a sombrero, or like a Mardi Gras looking mask. So this is a cool cover and all, but the hardcover has a huge jack-o'-lantern on it, and it's black and orange, and it's incredible. So I don't plan on reading this book, so I'm kind of cheating, because I'm not going to read the whole book cover to cover. But for this, I'm just going to read, there's a Robert McCammon story in here. So it's obviously a Halloween-appropriate Halloween flippin' story. So, and it's by my favorite author right now, Robert McCammon, so that's why I'm digging into this. And I do love the hardcover cover, and so that is why I chose it for the prompt. Let me just read you this beautiful introduction. It's super short, and it's like almost like a poem.
Halloween night is so damp and so chill, a night of black evil, a night of cold ill. It's dark in the evening, then darker still, on Halloween, Halloween night. Halloween night is the one night to dread, a night for all spirits to feed and be fed, and to dance and to prance on the night of the dead, on Halloween, Halloween night. Halloween night is a bonfire that's bright, with a flame that's a friendly and flickering light, until ghostly spirits float into your sight, on Halloween, Halloween night. Halloween night is a pumpkin that grins, to protect you from goblins who'll stick you with pins. But when you are dead, it's the goblin who wins, on Halloween, Halloween night. Halloween night is the night to beware, for ghosts are dishonest, and goblins unfair. So face them and fight them, my child, if you dare, on Halloween, Halloween night.
By Alan Ryan, and that's his introduction called Halloween Night. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Are you in the mood? I'm in the mood. Oh my god, yes. Ooh, ooh. I don't know what that was. I think it was like fire. I don't know. Anyway, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Alright guys, I'm not going to read all the activity and photo prompts, but I just want to give you an idea of their fun little extra prompts. One of my favorite ones, it says, do your favorite fall activity or one you've been wanting to try. Can you believe it, guys? I've never, ever carved a pumpkin. Will this be the year? Every year for the past 5 years, I've said, I'm going to carve a pumpkin. I told my boyfriend, Paul, I want to carve a pumpkin. I don't know how it will turn out. If I will, we will see. Please, guys, keep nudging me to carve a pumpkin, because I have not, and it's atrocious. Watch your favorite horror movie / Halloween episode of TV. I am going to be watching plenty of TV episodes. I haven't picked those out yet, but I've picked out my 31 horror movies. And again, I will have a reveal video coming soon, so stay tuned. It says to wear a Halloween costume, outfit, or makeup. Oh my god. So part of my vlog, you guys will see on my first day of fall vlog, I will be taking out all my Halloween clothes. And I say, yeah, clothes is in plural. I have, like, I think 40 or 50 items of clothing that are Halloween related. And I'm not talking about like horror movie clothes. I'm talking about clothes with pumpkins, ghosties, haunted houses on them. I've got tights, I've got scarves, I've got earrings, I've got socks, I've got flippin', do I have a hat? I don't know if I have a hat. I have purses. Oh my god, I'm so excited to show you guys. And as I already told you, I have earrings. Do you guys want to see the earrings in a separate video? Let me know that once again. Eat a Halloween treat. Yes, I will be baking. I will be baking in my first day of fall vlog. I will be baking if I do any other vlogs. I've got some things already picked out in terms of recipes. So some of the photo prompts include post a photo with your Halloween look and a matching book. Well, that's going to be easy because I'm going to be trying to wear a Halloween outfit every single day of October, which I've been doing for like the last 5 years. And that is inspired by a Halloween documentary that I love called The American Scream, which follows like 5 or so families as they basically spookify their house. They decorate their own houses, and some of them go crazy and go all out. It reminds me of my family. One family in particular has 2 daughters, and one of the daughters wears like Halloween clothes every day of October, and it gave me the inspiration to also do that. Like, why are kids the only ones and grandma's the only ones who can wear Halloween clothes? Nope, I'm wearing Halloween clothes every single day of October. So that's where the idea came from. Anyway, this video is so long and drawn out. I'm sorry. I'm so excited to talk about all this stuff. And before I go, I don't think you guys will mind this. I hope not, at least. I have a couple of fun little show and tell items I'm going to show you. One from Etsy. Actually, they're all from Etsy, but one is a card and a few are horror movie posters. So stay tuned. Let's look at the goodies. All right, first up, a beautiful Halloween card. I've got these actual nuggets on my Goosebumps shelf, but yes, these are old school Halloween, you know, kids meal toys that were Halloween chicken nuggets, and I collected these as a kid and I still have them. So I love this. The Etsy store was selling this as a card, and by the way, this comes from, I want to show you her logo. This is from Chelsea Kirkhoff. or Kirchhoff, that's probably how you pronounce it. Anyway, she's super sweet and friendly. Please support her store. She not only has this as a card, but she has a sticker pack of these available, as well as like a Hocus Pocus sticker pack, as well as a whole bunch of other spooky themed shop items. Definitely check her out. I actually bought this card for myself to display on my bookshelf. I know that's sad. I also could send this to somebody, but I've got other Halloween cards for that. This is for my shelf, and that is ridiculous that I bought this as a decoration, but that is me. Next up, a couple of posters. First up, Something Wicked This Way Comes. I want to be very careful, sorry about the glare. These are not in frames yet, but I will be putting these in frames, and I will be changing out my posters, you know, that are behind me all fall time and October time long. So I'm thinking about, for part of, you know, maybe part of fall time, like the end of September, I'd put this up. This is Something Wicked This Way Comes, and it's my favorite adaptation in terms of a book adapted into a movie. The movie is by Walt Disney, and it's actually quite dark for a Disney film. It was back when Disney wasn't afraid to like have some darkness in its animated shorts and in its films, and it's just wonderful. It's such a great adaptation of Bradbury's book, and the book's marvelous too, by the way. If you're looking for a great Halloween read and watch, you can't go wrong with Something Wicked This Way Comes, and the poster's incredible. Next up, The Place to Be on Halloween, Haddonfield, Illinois. And of course, this is a flippin', it's like a travel poster, but it's, you know, the town of Halloween, that Halloween, Michael Myers Halloween, is set on. Tricks, treats, and thrills, it says at the top. For more information, please call the Haddonfield Visitors Center at 555-663-9377. Awesome. Visit Haddonfield. Another poster, I really like this one, based on the novel by Stephen King, and my friend Kat would love this, but I think I'm going to put this in the background for one of our chats where we do our Stephen King chats. If you guys didn't know, we do a whole Year of King project where we read a King short story or stories or a Stephen King book every month, and we watch the accompanying adaptation or adaptations. This month we're reading 3 short stories and watching 3 movies, because each was adapted, and then next month we'll be reading Needful Things. But luckily, our chat for Needful Things, because it is a long book, and that's why it's not on my TBR, I'm actually probably going to read it right after Halloween, and I'll have like 7 days before our chat to read it, and it's like 700 pages. So anyway, I'm going to try to do that so that I could read other stuff in October. But yes, we're also going to watch the movie. I think it was a made-for-TV movie, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm so excited. Lots of people talk really highly of Needful Things, so I can't wait to get there. And Kat and I will be talking about that in early November. Last poster I have to show you guys, a movie I'm a huge fan of that I don't ever think gets enough love, Phantasm 2. You might be saying, why do you have a Phantasm 2 poster, Kelsi, and not Phantasm 1? It's kind of weird that you've got the sequel poster and not the original. Well, I actually like Phantasm 2 much better than Phantasm 1. I think it's so absurd. There's like a chainsaw battle at one point. Anyway, there's goo coming out of a head, I think, at one point. There's a huge, absurd explosion. I've got like a blog post where I talk about this was one of my favorite watches of, was it 2020? In 2020, I had the greatest Halloween marathon I will ever have. I will never beat that year in terms of productivity. I watched like 65 movies, and I also watched like 30 TV show episodes that were Halloween related. I will never do that well again. I didn't have a full-time job then. I was just freelance working because I had gotten let go because of cuts at my full-time job, so I just had my freelance weekend job to do, so I had a lot of extra time to watch stuff, so that's why I could watch that much. But yes, I watched Phantasm 2 that year, and it stuck out of like 60-something movies, and it was so much fun and so ridiculous. If you guys are looking for a good sequel to watch that is so funny and such a good time and very light but also thematic, you can't go wrong with Phantasm 2. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen it, you've got to go see it. But yeah, you should watch Phantasm 1 first, but yeah. You don't have to watch them back to back if you're already familiar with Phantasm 1. So good. So good. So happy I watched that in 2020. Like I said, I think it was 2020. I'm sure if I looked at my binder, because I've got my old marathon list in there, it would tell me what year it was from. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. This video has been long enough, and now I have to edit this thing. And I'm trying to edit. Today is Saturday. I'm trying not to spend my whole day editing, but I know me. I'll probably spend hours editing. So anyway, guys, I'm going to cut it off here. What are you guys reading for Halloween? Did you like any of the posters? Let me know. What is your favorite horror movie poster? Let me know. I'm addicted to collecting collections. So if you guys didn't know, I have tons of collections, not just books, not just frickin' DVDs and movies. I also have poster collections. As you see, these are my newest poster acquisitions. I also have a mug collection now. I've got magnet collections. Yes, I've got a problem. Some people call it collections, other people call it obsession, whatever. Yes, I'm a collector or an obsessor, whatever you want to say. Almost editing Kelsi is here because I just stopped recording, so I'm not editing yet. I haven't even transferred the footage, but I heard a knock at the door and the mailman came back over, and so I've got more posters. I ordered shitloads of posters. Let me just show you guys, whatever. It's like an unboxing. Oh, you guys are gonna love this. Oh my god. I'm sorry I don't have these framed right now. Oh my god, look at it. Oh my god, it's a black cat with ghosties and all. Alright, so this says, when witches go riding and black cats are seen, the moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Halloween. And yes, it's got a trick-or-treat pumpkin, a hat, that little poem, 3 pumpkins at the bottom, 3 ghosties at the top. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is from an Etsy store. I think it's called like Pepper... I can't even remember. I'll have to link it below. I'll link the store below. I'll link all the stores below, what I got from where. Amazing. Amazing! A freaking scarecrow, pumpkin head, crow over here, black leaves. Oh my god, I love stuff like this. Oh my god. I told you guys I had a collection problem, and here, like, my poster collection always grows around Halloween time. That's when I usually buy the most horror movie and other types of posters out of any time of the year. This is just some swaying skeletons on a hill with a creepy looking tree and some jack-o'-lanterns and a beautiful sky and moon. This is obviously gonna look so much better when it's like completely flat. I just cannot hold it too roughly. But anyway, I've got probably freaking 10 or 11 Halloween themed posters because Halloween 1978 is one of my favorite films of all time. So this says, the night he came home, Halloween, and if you can tell, it's Michael Myers' silhouette down here. It's like his hand and leg, and his hand's holding a knife, and then behind is like this beautiful fall background. And last but not least, another movie that is one of my favorite ever horror movies that I love watching around Halloween time. And spoiler, this is one of the movies I'll be rewatching for my 31 movies for Halloween. So yeah, this is one that I've already seen. Only 6 of my 31 movies are rewatches. This one is one of the rewatches, The Exorcist. And just look at this wonderful, it's the silhouette where she's kind of like reaching up, Reagan is reaching up on her bed, and like it kind of goes all black and it's really creepy, and like I think you can see like the hilltop behind her or something. But anyway, it's like when I think either the mom or the priest or somebody sees like something really sinister behind her and they know that she's truly possessed. So yeah, I love it. Oh my god, it's just so subtle. Like, I love how subtle this one is. And just the color and the framing of this and the freaking silhouette. I love the green text of The Exorcist down here. Usually it's in white, so it's all green. And it's really cool. I love it. Anyway, guys, for this time, that is it for me. Till next time, you guys know what you can do. Keep on killing it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.